Vivid ocean scenes will take you on a magical fishing journey. From boats cutting waves to fish schools falling on deck and submerged fishing landmarks, each moment creates an unmissable spectacle. Now let's explore the 20 most impressive fishing moments that'll leave you in awe. Every year, starting in winter, fishermen battle giant tuna. Some vessels use purse seine nets, covering vast areas to completely encircle the tuna. These fish can grow up to 26 feet and weigh 1,300 pounds. Vessels typically use pipes to load these enormous tuna on board. This reduces fish damage risk and eases physical strain on fishermen. Let's visit the Azores' rich waters to experience the thrill of deep-sea fishing. Giant tuna hold a special fascination for fishermen. Catching giant tuna requires skilled fishermen with deep knowledge of the species. Their long pectoral fins and strong hearts make them notoriously difficult to catch. In many cases, giant tuna can fight back, thrashing and injuring fishermen. The giant tuna fishing season in South Korea runs from October to March. As water temperatures rise, giant tuna migrate west, leading to peak numbers. Giant tuna caught in nets have lower quality meat than those caught by line. However, net fishing remains the method that maximizes fishermen's profits. About 80% of tuna caught in South Korean waters is captured using purse seines. Fishermen must monitor net tension and adjust to prevent tearing during the catch. Care is taken to avoid damaging the fish's skin or flesh, crucial for supplying fresh fish to markets or for export. The fish are transported on board using modern crane systems. To ensure quality, the catch is immediately stored in cold storage at temperatures between 32 degrees Fahrenheit and 35 degrees Fahrenheit. Groupers are one of the most valuable fish species on the planet. Grouper fishing is an exciting experience that offers many opportunities, but also significant challenges. In the Gulf of Mexico, most grouper species spread out in winter, making spring ideal for finding large numbers of actively feeding groupers. Fishing activities are carefully managed to balance recreation and sustainability. Fishermen set fixed nets near areas where fish migrate, especially near scattered lands. This is a common practice in regions like Rockhampton, where the largest fish runs occur. Japanese fishermen typically operate within 200 nautical miles of the mainland. For 2024, Japan's salmon fishing quota agreed with Russia is 4 million fish. South Korean fish are mainly caught in the Western Ocean. In the Central Pacific, fishers use methods like purse seines and trawls for sardines. Purse seines gently encircle surface fish schools, maximizing catch and protecting resources. Indonesia's fish production is among the world's highest, supplying 16% globally. In 2023, Indonesia earned an estimated $1.7 billion from fishing. Fish have been most abundant in Indonesia since October. Fishermen mainly use purse seines to catch large schools of fish. British Columbia's central coast is known for halibut and hook and line fishing. Anglers use short, strong hooks to easily handle and catch large halibut. Once caught, the line must be quickly reeled in to prevent the fish from escaping or suffering unnecessary harm. In areas like Canada and Alaska, fishermen set long lines along the sea floor to catch halibut. Fishermen must adjust their vessel's depth and speed to avoid damaging the seabed or overfishing. With 725 million pounds in high-capacity fishing vessels, the industry supplies a large amount of halibut to the global market. Alaskan waters are home to large halibut populations, but these fish are notoriously difficult to catch. These massive fish have jaws strong enough to break a fisherman's arm. Fishermen use heavy fishing lines that extend over 100 meters to reach halibut. They also equip themselves with robust systems capable of handling these enormous fish. Halibut is a staple of the fishing industry in the eastern North Pacific. Halibut fishing platforms are high-capacity offshore fishing setups, allowing anglers to catch an estimated 1.1 billion pounds worth of halibut annually. Dozens of fishing lines extend into the sea under bright lights, each equipped with specialized halibut hooks. When a halibut bites, an automated system pulls it onto a metal arch. Bags are positioned below to catch the falling halibut. For giant halibut, anglers use gaffs to bring them closer before catching them with fishing lines. This is a challenging and dangerous task, as halibut can live in deep waters and grow to enormous sizes. In 2024, Peru's giant halibut fishing season is expected to reach 1.1 billion pounds in value. Simultaneously, fishermen must adhere to quotas to ensure sustainable fishing practices. Norwegian fishermen and fishing vessels prepare for the annual halibut season. Each Norwegian halibut fishing vessel can prepare for up to 9,000 catches. However, fishermen must adhere to annual quotas set by the government to ensure the future of commercial fishing. Daily, fishers check their lines, usually catching halibut or other fish, up to 50 large fish per hour. Snowfish are found on continental shelves at depths of 900 to 2,000 meters. In Australia, snow halibut fishing mainly occurs along the coast from Northwest Cape to Fremantle. In commercial fishing, the main method for catching lobsters is setting traps on long lines and dropping them to the ocean floor. Lobster production in Western Australia reached approximately 374 tons in 2023. Australia's coastal waters, especially near islands, have the highest lobster production, particularly species like the western rock lobster. Fishermen use lobster pots to catch live lobsters near shore, while trawl nets can catch lobsters at various depths. Fishing vessels deploy long lines across the seas day and night. This method allows Australian fishermen to catch an estimated 4.4 million pounds of lobster annually. From Western Canada to the Bering Sea, lobster fishing occurs in remote areas with harsh weather, requiring sturdy vessels to withstand these challenges. Two, 4 hours after removal, rainbows are moved to holding pens and transported to tanks below deck. Once removed, market-grade rainbows are processed, either cooked or chilled on ice. December and January are the peak months in Australia's fishing calendar. It's a constant challenge to catch enough rainbows, with vessels aiming for up to 4,000 pounds daily. About 230 fishing vessels operate in this industry, generating an estimated $400 million annually. Western Australia is considered to have the most valuable fishery. This industry is crucial in cold regions, especially in the Arctic, North America, and parts of Russia. Rainbow fishing typically occurs when lakes and cold seas freeze over. People cut holes in the ice to fish for rainbows in the sea below. Though fish are less active in winter than summer, they still seek food under the ice, creating opportunities for successful fishing. On Alaska's coast, fishermen can jump into the water through holes cut in the ice. They search for fish in sea crevasses, where they often gather. Each year, Alaskan fishermen catch about 50 million fish. They also use fish traps for fishing. After leaving traps in water for hours, fishermen retrieve them and quickly preserve the catch to ensure quality. Ever caught a fish so big it could swallow your head or clamp your mouth? Many consider it a thrilling experience. That's happy angler Ken Fraser with his legendary bluefish caught off Nova Scotia, weighing 10 pounds after 10 hours in the oven. At current average fish prices in Tsukiji, it'd be worth over $86,000 on the market. However, in 2019, a Japanese sushi chain paid $3.1 million for a 613-pound bluefin tuna caught off the coast of Aomori Prefecture in northern Japan. This is because freshness, not size, is key to a bluefin tuna's value. In Japan, fishermen often use longline fishing with about 1.8 miles of line to catch several giant fish at once. Longline caught fish are strong and aggressive, so they can fight for hours, raising body temp and reducing meat flavor. Japanese fishers target bluefin tuna, often using electric shocks for quick kills. Once aboard, they destroy the brain, cut the back and wire the tail to prevent rapid heating. This traditional method keeps fish fresh longer by draining blood and stopping nerve reactions. The fish is then fully cut to cool faster and avoid contamination from damaged organs during transport. Finally, it's chilled to -76 degrees Fahrenheit. This keeps hundreds of giant tuna fresh for months on large, long fishing vessels. Japan's Shigaro coast is famous for bluefin tuna, especially in winter when smaller fish abound. This season, bluefin tuna are prized for their rich, fatty meat. Catching giants over 661 pounds isn't uncommon here. To capitalize on this weekly rush, when global tuna supplies are short, brave fishermen worldwide risk their lives to venture out, even in 70 km/h winds, or risking a finger to the powerful jaws of a giant tuna. Bluefin tuna, reaching 1,432 pounds and 4.5 m, are prime targets in Arara and Japan, where markets offer up to $2/lb for top-quality fish. Recreational anglers use rod and reel methods to catch these swordfish-like creatures. Anglers typically troll live or artificial bait for hours, often 6 to 8, before getting a bite. And then the fight begins. Using lines that can withstand over 800 pounds of force, anglers use heavy-duty reels designed to handle the pressure. While prized catches, these fish can also be deadly, thrashing violently during the long battle. Recently, a swordfish fatally struck Italian surfer Giulio Manfrini while he was surfing off Indonesia's coast. Swordfish can dive up to 2,000 meters deep in search of prey. These dives, often in dark waters, led to a unique night fishing strategy. As fish surface to feed, anglers use long lines with glowing lures to attract swordfish in the dark. While you can catch swordfish and blue marlin solo, the fish I'm showing can beat even the strongest bodybuilders and NFL players. And of course, no one wants to risk fighting it alone. It's the goliath grouper, one of the ocean's strongest fish. Though its record is only 814 pounds and 8.2 feet, this monster inhabits warm Indo-Pacific waters, especially near coral reefs of Australia, Indonesia, and parts of the Laccadive Sea. Anglers lower their bait, usually fresh fish or live tuna, to depths over 300 meters, where the goliath grouper lurks. Once hooked, the battle begins. With its powerful body and suction-like mouth, the goliath grouper strikes with explosive force, often turning the first moments into a life-or-death struggle for the angler. It's so strong that it's been known to break reels or pull fishermen overboard. As a result, goliath groupers are usually caught using specialized hand lines or heavy-duty reels, with lines able to withstand over 1,000 pounds of force. Anglers employ a special technique called pumping and reeling, where they slowly lift the rod and reel in line with each small movement, working against the fish's enormous strength for hours, with market prices that could reach $100 per kilogram in 2023. A single giant fish can fetch up to $80,000, especially in high-end Asian and Pacific markets. There are still many incredible giant fish around the world, but I'll cover those in other videos. For now, let's take a look at other gigantic sea creatures. Found in the cold depths of the North Pacific, from Japan to Alaska, the Pacific giant is one of the ocean's most formidable creatures. It can grow to over 16 feet and weigh nearly 110 pounds. You see, fish have the largest brains relative to body size of any invertebrate, so they're very intelligent. There are reports of fish stealing catches and other items from fishermen at sea. Once caught, these fish must be placed in a containment box for safety. A single mistake could result in a powerful headbutt. Like other fish, they're immediately iced after capture to maintain freshness. In recent years, individual fish have sold for nearly $4,000 in Japanese markets. Similarly, the giant can grow to 50 m and weigh over 1,000 pounds, rivaling a Harley in size. Catching these big fish needs special gear and skilled anglers in deep, cold waters. Scientists estimate only 4.3 million of these giants remain worldwide, based on studies. As a result, commercial fishermen can only catch fish this size using reel, dingo, or wheel methods. The United States is a significant consumer of fish, mainly in the form of calamari. While there's some domestic fishing in Zeplamea, especially on the West Coast, it's relatively small compared to global consumption. Most calamari consumed in Zeplamea is imported from China, South Korea, and Japan, the world's three largest calamari fishing nations. In 2020, China caught 40,000 kilograms of calamari. Do you prefer calamari or squid? Let me know in the comments below. The Japanese sperm whale, with its impressive length of up to 12 meters, 3.6 meters, taller than a soccer goalpost, inhabits the deep waters around Japan and the North Pacific. It's the largest fish on Earth, a prized catch, with live specimens sometimes fetching up to $3,000.